Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to pot this beautiful Monstera subpinnata. I took cuttings of it a few weeks ago, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the roots are looking great. You could, if you wanted to, leave it for a bit more for the roots to get larger, but when it comes to this, I'm so impatient. It happens, actually, this is what happens. I'm either really impatient to pot it, or I don't have time, I forget about it until the roots are just exploding out of the pot. Anyway, right here I have all the ingredients that we're going to use to pot this Monstera subpinnata. I'm going to show you and tell you what these ingredients are. This is going to be a fantastic potting mix for any kind of aroid or epiphyte as well.
And now here we have our moss, sphagnum moss, that we are literally just boiling. Bring it to the boil and leave it for about, I don't know, half an hour to an hour to cool down. This will sterilize it and kill all the larvae and insects that might be in there. Okay, and now we're going to mix our potting mix. I have Bonnie there grinding on the bone. Okay, so here we have some coconut chips mixed with perlite and vermiculite. There were just some leftovers and I mixed them up so that I didn't have to store, 3 little bags. Here we have our sphagnum moss. I squeezed the water out and fluffed it up a little bit. This is charcoal with worm castings. It's really good for your plants, like really good plant food. This is canuma. It's substrate for bonsais, but I find it really good for begonias and aroids. It's a mineral and it makes soil a little bit more acidic, but it's also making it breathable. Here we have coca coir. That's also really good for making soil light and breathable, and aroids' roots will love it. This coca coir is compressed, so we'll have to break it down, and you can see it's like a powder when you do that. You can also add some pine bark chips or your other favorite ingredients, but this is what I would usually use. And now we'll mix it all up. And here is actually another tip that I'm going to give you. Here we have clay pebbles. This is really good product for aroids. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at the bottom of the pot, like a couple of inches, or if you prefer, you can put it under your plastic pot to create, like a buffer. And when the water runs through, it will keep the moisture, it will keep the humidity, but it will not let your plant's roots rot.
So we're going to start mixing it up now. So now I'm going to start mixing all the ingredients. Right now I'm breaking down coca coir. Now we're going to tear down this sphagnum moss a bit and fluff it up. Before I'm using the sphagnum moss, I boiled it. I'm going to show you now. The reason I am boiling it was because when I started using it the first time, I noticed that it had some, I'm assuming they were mites, and there were a lot of them. So I read about it, and apparently companies put these mites into the moss because this moss contains a lot of what do you call those little flies? Nuts, I think. And to kill the larvae, they add those mites because they're they kill larvae of the fungus nuts. So the problem is that this isn't you know, the supplier of this moss is not like an established company or brand, so I didn't want to take my chances thinking that these are good mites, and I don't even know if they're mites. So just in case, I'm just every single time now before I use it, I boil it to make sure nothing remains there. So now we're just gonna mix everything up. Okay, so now we're going to put these clay pebbles on the bottom of the pot. We're gonna have about like 1 or 2 centimeters, so just like a layer at the bottom till around here. Okay, now so we have clay pebbles in there now, and we're just going to add just layer enough to cover, maybe like a centimeter or 2 to cover the pebbles. And now we're going to position our subpinnata. I'm going to show you the roots closer. Can you see? So they're well established. We are going to add support pole for this Monstera, so when we do, it's going to straighten out. Right now it's tilting to the side, but pole is going to fix it. You know, it's very important for aroids to be able to climb onto something or cling onto something. How beautiful is this? So the substrate was completely dry, apart from sphagnum moss that was a little bit damp. So I'm letting water run through, and I'm putting it in this pot.
Next, I'm going to make a moss pole like this for our Monstera supinata. I made this one myself, so I just use the stick like any normal stick. In this case, it's going to be bamboo, like this. You can use any size you want. So for now, I left our Monstera supinata that we just potted there with this temporary support. But we're going to make a moss pole like this, and what I'm going to use is any type of stick and cocoa fiber and just a rope to keep it all tight together. And here is the actual product that I'm using. It's called nesting material, but really it's a coconut fiber. I got it ages ago on eBay, so unfortunately I cannot remember how much it was, but I really recommend this product for moss poles. It's just really easy to use. So now we will make a pole like this for our Monstera supinata. And here is our final result. As you can see, I made that moss pole for this Monstera supinata. I also placed it beside the humidifier. I made the pole extra tall because it grows really fast. And I wrapped the stems around the pole already to guide it in the right direction. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day, guys!